Hello and welcome to this presentation of the Syncplicity bulk download feature. The value of this feature is that it helps you to receive many files in one single request. And what we mean with that is you can still download each file one by one, which, like you see here in the animation, is not too bad if you have only a few files to download. But if you have an entire folder structure or a lot of files to download, what you can actually do is take the entire folder structure and download that as one single zip file to your desktop. That means that in many cases you would not need the desktop client for downloading a lot of files. Before this feature, the desktop client would be our best choice to download a lot of files in one single batch. But, well, if we talk to new customers and they say, well, do I really need to install software to receive files? Well, they have a point there. Or maybe the end user is not allowed to install the desktop client on their computer to download the files. Actually, when you receive the email, you just select the folder that you want to download the folder as a zip file, and then you have all the files and the entire folder structure immediately on your computer. Let's do a demo where Bob Blue has shared a product brochure with Peter. Peter will receive the email with a link to the shared folder. When clicking on the link, he will be brought to the browser console where he can download one file at a time. But of course, well, that's not a very pleasant task to do. Instead of downloading each file one by one and maybe even forgetting the folder structure or not respecting the folder structure, there is a better way to get these files on your computer. What if Bob Blue shared the same folder and instead of downloading each file one by one, Peter selects the folder, selects download, and at that moment Syncplicity will prepare a zip file for you that you can then download as one single download to your computer. You extract the files, extract the zip file, and all the files are then available on your computer. As mentioned earlier, bulk download is an excellent feature when you're sharing with external collaborators, people who maybe never heard about Syncplicity. We're going to leverage this in our second demonstration where a construction agency needs to share documents with external partners. Bob Blue creates a folder and adds documents to that folder. Bob shares the folder with Peter Contractor, an external partner and member of the project. That external collaborator receives the email with a link to the documents and activates his account. Peter selects the files that he needs and downloads the files to his computer. Let's do this. Bob has Syncplicity on his computer and he will create a new folder for this project, Villa 1234. In that folder, he will add some documents related to the project, the budget, the contract, and some drawings that are related to this project. Immediately, you see that Syncplicity starts syncing those files. No actions needed, and after a few seconds, they get the green check mark. Next, Bob needs to share this folder with the contractor. Right mouse click on the folder and enter the email address of your external project team members. Peter only needs to receive these documents, so Bob gives him reader access. And a message will indicate what this folder is about. And that's it. That's how simple it is to share a folder with external team members. Afterwards, Bob can still add some documents indicating the progress of the project so far. Simply select the files and add them to your folder, and Syncplicity will do the rest. Syncplicity will automatically synchronize the files from your computer to the platform. Let's look on Peter's computer now. Peter Contractor received an email from Bob Blue indicating that a folder 1234 was shared to him via the Axway Syncplicity platform. Peter reads the message that Bob added for the new project, Villa 1234. To open the folder and browse its content, Peter can click on the link or click on the Open Folder button. Because Peter never used Syncplicity before, he needs to activate his account that was created for him and confirm his first name, last name, choose a password, and specify the privacy reason where he wants his account to be hosted. That's all what is required for Peter to activate his account. Peter has now access to the Syncplicity folder and could download the entire folder, but instead Peter decides to navigate into the folder and download only the important documents separately by simply selecting them one by one and then click on the download button. The operation prepares a zip file, and when that is ready, Peter can download the package zip file to his computer. When it is downloaded, Peter can then open the package and extract the files to any location that he wants on his computer. Peter Contractor has also several folders for different projects, and he can therefore drag the files from the zip file into the correct folder. He can then close the zip file and move on. Peter noticed images about the project and would rather store these photos in a separate folder. So after creating that folder on his computer, he goes back to Syncplicity, closes the progress window from the previous task and unchecks the previous selected files. Peter then sorts the files by file type in order to group the images and create a new bulk download package. Thanks to the thumbnail view and the automated zoom, he carefully selects which image he wants to download. When ready, Peter clicks then on the download button, and when the package is then ready for download, Peter Contractor can then download the second package and repeat, of course, the steps like we showed earlier to open the zip files and extract these photos in the folder of his choice. And then Peter can use his preferred tools to view these images and see the progress of the groundwork that was already done in this project. Peter can of course use his own preferred tools of choice to view these images, but what is really cool is that Peter can organize and structure the downloaded files in his own preferred structure and has complete freedom about that. As a summary of our demonstration, we showed you how easy it is to download multiple files in one single action, which is ideal for recipients who do not have the desktop client installed. It improves the collaboration with external project team members when they, for example, like in the demonstration, we saw that Peter never had a Syncplicity account before. He simply activated his account and downloaded the documents in less than a minute. This also gives the recipient more freedom how they would like to use your content. We saw in the demonstration, for example, that Peter decided to store the images in a different location on his computer. We hope you enjoyed this demonstration, and if you'd like to get started with Syncplicity, make sure that the feature is enabled in your account. If it's not enabled, just simply request the enablement in your account at the email address that you see here. There is no action needed if you store the data in our public cloud storage vaults, but if you have the data stored in your own on-premise data center, make sure that the storage connectors are 3.3 or higher, and if you need any help in upgrading them, please reach out to your customer success manager or follow our documentation at docs.axway.com. Thank you for watching this video and hope to hear from you soon. Bye bye.